Hello one and all, welcome back to Let's Play Factorio. We are in the middle of a copper crisis that needs to be resolved, well, pretty much now, so let's go do that. Tell you what, this playthrough, man. I knew I was going to have some problems when I saw my relatively small amount of material available, especially the copper, especially the coal. But you know, you never really think that's gonna hit until it hits, and then you're in some serious duty. You know, as much as I would like to get a train system set up, I think this is not quite the time for that yet. I feel like if I tried to push for a train system for the copper, I would end up regretting it. Because, I mean, granted, there's some material out here other than just the copper, but I don't think it's enough to establish a route. Now, up here, obviously, with these giant deposits of minerals, that's a much more likely spot for that level of infrastructure. But it's just not quite necessary for what we have right now. Okay. Have 6 mining drills. May need more than that. We'll see. Let's go ahead and head on out of the base. We are, of course, very slowly producing science for advanced oil processing. Next thing I need to get, actually, I was just thinking before I started recording this episode, was the electric furnaces. We're going to need to switch over to electric furnaces soon, which I think actually will overall save us on fuel, save quite a bit of fuel, actually. Cannot wait to get advanced oil processing, though. It's going to be huge. Okay. There's a good chunk of copper there. And there's a chunk over there. Yeah, right here. Okay. Let's clear out some of the foresty nutso stuff here. No, I want to chop the trees. Thank you. I'm going to make 2 more electric miners, or I guess I'm going to make 1 more electric miners. And let's see if I can get these positioned in a way that makes them very optimal, or at least marginally optimal. Good enough. You know, once I get logistics robots, this is going to really open up, because I want to clear out pretty much this entire peninsula area, if you want to call it a peninsula. I don't know what you want to call this, but I want to clear out this entire area and make this my base. Like, I actually feel like my bus system is a little too narrow still, and I think I'm going to expand it. But the nice thing about the logistics robots, once you get them, is that they essentially allow you to do copy-pasting of entire sections of your base relatively trivially. So that's one of the other reasons that I'm not overly concerned with getting everything perfect immediately. There's just no reason for it. I'd like to think that I can potentially move the products under this area right here. Maybe not quite. About right here. Can this reach? I think this can reach. There we go. Sweet. That'll work very nicely. All the way down here. And of course, since we have quite the distance to travel for our electricity, we're going to need to make some big electric poles to move that stuff out here. Although, you know, the other option would just be to set up this area with its own power production, but then I'd have to fuel it, and I just don't think it's worth it. In the meantime, we need to go back and grab some more material, as we are running a little low. And so off we go. Wow. Looks like the fueling has backed up. This is largely likely due to the fact that I am out of copper, so nothing is actually really producing right now. Kind of difficult to actually make things if you don't have the resources. So I think my steel production is likely one of the very few things that's still operating. And, we have quite a bit of it here. That's good. Good. Excellent. And still need iron plates, of course, which I can grab a plethora of. Drop all this nonsense off. There we are. Alright, we need one more of those. We're going to need a number of big electric poles to move all those. And let's see here. What would be the easiest way for me to move the copper? I suppose I could run this copper line alongside the fuel line. I think that seems pretty reasonable. So let's do that. Actually, you know, I have these single electric poles moving this power all the way out here. This is silly. This is what the big electric poles were made for. Seems a little foolish. And you can even see how far these actually reach. Come on, I know you're out there. There we go. So I can get both of these connected. Oh yeah, I can. Not a problem. There we go. So now this should all be powered again. And likewise, I don't need these here either. Well, actually I guess I do because of the lights. So I did want to have these lit. So we'll keep those there. That's fine. No harm, no foul. So I guess it's over this way. Is that where I have the... ooh, I sure do. So we're going to have to just cut that real quick just to get through. Sorry about that. And move this material out of the way as well. Of course, I have this nice deposit of iron, which we can eventually commandeer as needed. Some more underground belts, shall we? Let's see if I can't carry the electricity over this way. There we go. Look how I just barely can't reach to place those. Of course, just barely out of reach. You know, I've been kind of wondering if there would be a way to, instead of doing what I've been doing with the whole bus system, to instead switch it out for something akin to a... I don't know, there's got to be a word for it. I'm sure you guys have probably seen restaurants or something where there's just stuff rotating around an area or revolving around an area, and you just select it from whatever apparatus is there, and that's how you actually make your choice. So I wonder if I could do that. I wonder if I could just have like a super highway of the fastest conveyor belts just moving random materials without any sorting, and having smart inserters pick the parts that are actually needed. I'm afraid that it would get jammed. There would have to be some sort of a limiting factor to say, okay, well, you know, I'll do this, but I can only have so many of whatever piece on it, or it's just not going to work. So, it's a thought. Don't know if it would be possible, but it sure would be kind of neat. Well, look at that. We managed to use a single conveyor to get all this stuff across here. I was hoping I could pull this off. There we are. Me and my temporary solutions. This is I think one of the traps that I fell for in my original playthrough of Factorio as well. And if you are looking to start your own playthrough, don't do what I'm doing right now and make temporary solutions. I'm in this habit of just trying to get everything done as quickly as possible because I'm recording, and I don't want to, waste a bunch of people's time with filler and such. But I think at the end of the day, I would have been much better off if I had relied on fewer and fewer temporary solutions. Again, thankfully, very soon I will be able to use the logistics robot system to vastly increase my efficiency of production of different things because of the blueprinting system. I absolutely adore blueprints in this game. It's one of the coolest things I've really ever seen in just about any game of this style, for sure. Quite interesting, to say the least. Not sure how I'm actually going to work this, because I need to get these through here. I guess I'm just going to have to go out and about, out and around. Come on. And just the feeling of being able to mass deforest, finally, once I get robots around. The itches that will scratch, let me tell you. Okay, wow. Our copper superhighway has been built. And the best part is it's largely a temporary solution, again. One of these days I'm going to have to take like 3 or 4 episodes just to clean up a lot of my temporary things. I feel like getting power armor with the faster movement speed will make that a lot more appealing for me to be able to move more quickly as needed. Yes, indeed. What a silly running animation. I never really noticed how silly that is. It's quite silly. And down over here. There we are. Those are powered. Now these are powered. And I think we can finally rest easy that we are producing more copper. And you know what? Let's just get this over with. And we're going to up our miner count here even more. There we are. And 2 more for this over here. There. No more copper issues. Maybe I should word that a different way. No more issues, copper. Right? Gangsta style. Like, sorry. Gangster style. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I just find myself saying very strange things. We're going to be slightly uneven, but I don't really care. As long as we're getting the copper in there, as long as it's flowing constantly, that's fine by me. So as soon as all that arrives, our advanced oil processing should finish very soon, and then we can switch over to researching something else, as we're going to need to very soon. Wow, we are backing up actually already. That would be why. Do note that a conveyor must be complete. Whoops. Just going to run through here and just force click to make sure I was having everything continually placed, but that was a little bit of a problem. Alright, copper will be arriving very soon. I'll be kicking this bad boy back into absolute top gear. Just in time to need to switch over to electric furnaces. Man, this is just working out great. I have no concept of how to keep a good scale for this game, apparently. Like, oh, how many of these am I going to need? Well, I'm thinking it's somewhere between 2 and 300 quadrillion. Wait, I think I already made this joke. My bad. Make sure we keep filling up on the steel until we can get steel refineries themselves actually set up. I may expand this, actually. I don't know that I can actually hold the infrastructure necessary to produce more of these, but if I can, I probably should. Because you know we're going to need a lot of them. That is for sure. That is absolutely for sure. A lot of blue science. A ton of blue science. The bottleneck is likely going to be just raw material throughput. Just the idea of even having enough material to be able to push everything that I need. Hey, look at that. We are finally back to smelting. Finally back to smelting copper. Yeah, looks like this is more than keeping up. That's okay. I would rather too many than too few. For sure. For absolute sure. Yeah, and once we get the extra materials out, we're... Oh, God, I cannot wait to get electric furnaces. They make a huge difference. They are bigger, unfortunately, but they do make a monstrous difference. Actually, I have a plethora of copper plates here. Let's just dump some of these. Get even more of them here. Why am I using these regular, boring ones? There we go. Fill as much as you can. There we go. Okay. Starting to make copper cables again, which is good. Well, we really are going to need a lot more copper throughput at some point. Okay, there we go. Copper cables are increasing in production, which is now making the supply of chips start to refill. Which is making the inserters start to refill. And hopefully these will start coming here soon. Of course, these are not even close to a bottleneck. These are, though. Looks like we are finally making our way through. Getting some electronic circuits. All the way up here as well. Yeah, wow, I can just already tell that our copper wire and electronic circuit output is not even close to what it needs to be. I mean, like, embarrassingly not even close to what it needs to be. I think right now the largest part of that is the lack of adequate amounts of copper cable being forced through here. Let me see if I can't expand this just one more time, and maybe that will keep up with our throughput issues. And actually, I think it looks like a good time to switch over to red conveyors for the copper cable route. And actually, let's see about... Well, first thing we can do is... Actually, we already have these. Upgrade these to the faster crafting stations. The much faster crafting stations. For sure. Wow, even that even that helped quite a bit. I'm not liking my lack of compression, though. The compression is not at a great rate. Let's see if upgrading the conveyors will help. Boy, it even just looks so much faster, doesn't it? Does look like it increases the compression slightly, although I do need to also put a fast underground belt here as well. And you can see it's affecting it slightly. Wow, these are really getting burnt through very quickly. Okay, we're gonna have to just switch this over right now and switch over to a fast splitter here. I'm gonna have to speed up this entire thing here because I just need raw throughput right now, and I hope this will actually help. I'm not 100% certain that this actually will help raw throughput. That's something I'm not certain about. Oh god, we're finally done with it. Excellent. Oh, sure, we actually do have electric furnaces. Crap, I thought we had to research the technology. We have the technology, we just didn't have advanced circuits. Right. Okay. Yeah, we're going to need blue belts for a lot of these as well, so let's get that knocked out of the way. Knocked out and out of the way. One of the key techniques, by the way, for efficiency in your factory is definitely making sure that your conveyors are working as quickly as they can, moving as quickly as they can. And one of the things that will often kill you is corners. Corners have a tendency to really jam you up quite a bit. Okay, so now, yeah, as you can see, now that we've really sped that up, yeah, we just straight up need more production. We have plenty of copper. The copper is not even close to an issue right now. We just straight up need more production of copper wire. And it looks like our power is getting throttled a little bit too, which can't be helping. But yeah, we definitely need more copper production. We also need more lights. There we go. Make the place actually visible. But I do know from experience that using blue, or using a higher tier of conveyor in corners allows you to move products much more quickly, because the corners will cause jamming even in the most highly efficient areas, so you got to be very careful about that. Yeah, we're still not even coming close to producing enough of those. Not surprising, because some of these later recipes require a phenomenal, an absolutely insane amount of material, especially the chips. Some of those other ones require like 4 or 5 or 6 chips, and right now we're kind of limited here slightly by the copper cable output. So let's just increase this one more iteration here for now and see how much this makes a difference. There we are, and we're going to need some more extendo arms. Looks like a plan to me. And I see right now, because I was using the old power, okay, I actually still can't reach. I see. That's a little unfortunate. I was hoping for the ability to replace those as needed, but didn't actually turn out that way. And there we are. Yeah, it looks like we're throttling a little bit on the copper. Oh, that's because one of these actually ran out. Guess we can only enjoy peak copper for so long before it ends up eluding us once more. There we are, and that should do that. 1, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, these aren't even quite enough to keep up with the total output. There we go. And yeah, now as we do run out of the excess of these, it's going to slow our production down a bit. So definitely going to need to expand that and change that over to a electric furnace array. And hopefully, like I said, I have some ideas on how I can diversify that and make it work properly. Make it work exactly how I need it to. So that'll definitely be our task for the next episode of Let's Play Factorio. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you next time.